So one of the things that we see very commonly, whether it's in this pose, Virasana, on the ground, or anything that really involves the hips, cross-leg pose, Baddha Konasana, Upavishta Konasana, when students are tight in their hips, what happens to the low back? Anybody know? Posterior tilt of the lumbar spine, right? So if they're in posterior tilt in the lumbar spine, are they getting much work in their hips? No, all they're doing is compromising their back. You see this in class all day long, don't you? People trying to sit here, we see it in forward bends all the time. Okay, take your forward bend, and they walk out of class and go, why does my back hurt? Well, guess what? You did nothing for your hamstrings here, but you sure did compromise your low back. So by bringing them up, raising the hips, and we're in Virasana now, it takes it from this posterior tilt. It's almost impossible to do a posterior tilt, right? So in yoga, we have much more, in Pilates, it's a little more of a neutral spine. You're always working towards neutral. In yoga, a lot of it is a little more of an anterior tilt. And for folks who are tight in the hips. So we can automatically, they're either going to come into neutral or they'll actually get a little anterior tilt here with the pelvis. Can you feel that, the difference? Mm-hmm. Good. So if you're a little more flexible, if you already feel a stretch here, you're just going to stay here and breathe. If you're a little more flexible, I want you to come down a little bit lower. You'll know how low you need to go. Some of you might be really flexible and you'll come all the way down to the very, very front edge. And then just start to reach. So you could reach your hands to the side edge and just start to lean back. And some of you will already start to feel it activating into the quadriceps, the hip flexors. For some people, psoas muscles, the iliopsoas ends up being really tight, and that's it. So you could stay here. You're already feeling it easing into it. A little more flexible, you'll start to lay back a little further. Very flexible, you'll drop your head back and bring your arms over your head. You'll have much more of an anterior tilt here. And you'll get a big lengthening through quadriceps, hip flexors, psoas. Opens through the chest, the shoulders. So much, much deeper. And this gives students the opportunity to ease back into it and take their time. Letting it slowly open and expand. They can really be in the ebb and flow of contraction and extension here when you give them a chance to ease into it. If you're laying all the way back, I want you to take your hands around the back of your skull. Lift your head up. The head weighs a heck of a lot, so you want to lift it up with your hands. If you're very strong in the core, you'll draw up from the deep core all the way up.